Hey everybody, welcome to the Basic Nerd Experience. I'm your host, Elliot. Joined with me is two of my very best friends from high school and onwards. We have Ken.
How you doing, guys?
And we have Andres.
What's up?
And that's it. So today I thought we would start the podcast off by something simple. There's a very, very great video game series that I love.
We all do.
Excuse me?
We all love this game.
We all love. I was speaking selfishly. We all love this game, and it's a very, or not game. It's a franchise. This franchise has given us a lot of. How would you say about this franchise?
It's very memorable.
Memorable,
to say the least. It's very memorable in many aspects. That it gave us our very first taste on the point of view of Batman himself.
Right.
That even though we have seen this in the animated shows before, we never experienced it hands-on like this series has given us. From Arkham Origins to Asylum to City, and then to the final finale of Arkham Knight. It's just everyone loves it. The story is great. Characters are great. Everything about this is fantastic. So, anything to add on?
To me, this was when I first played Arkham Asylum. It was one of the first jump points that I had to actually delving into the story of the Dark Knight. To me, it kind of dawned on me a little weird that he walks so stiff and he takes off a third of the camera, and he blocks different parts in his path. But pretty much all that stuff didn't matter to me as I kept playing the game. And the part that Rocksteady does so well with these games, to me at least, is character development, though less in the Arkham Knight, but more in Arkham Asylum. It fleshes out these villains, and it actually gives them an interesting backstory. And that actually gave way to the animated series, which I love.
Ditto. So what I thought today we should do is kind of do a no. Today, what I'm thinking what we're going to do today is kind of rank the Arkham games individually. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go around the table and go from worst to best and say what is our least favorite Arkham game to the best.
Around the chair. We don't have a table.
We don't have a table?
No, we don't. We're currently like a little living room area, so
we're in the living room. Okay.
So we're supposed to go from
regardless.
We'll go from Elliot to Andres and then to me.
Right. I was actually okay.
So
okay. And so we're gonna kind of. This is how we're gonna kind of grade it. We're gonna kind of grade it by story, by gameplay, and by graphics. Yes. It doesn't matter the order.
Well, also the character development as well. You can't forget that.
That can be part of the story.
Part of the story.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's 4 games. 2009 Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Arkham City.
Yes.
2011, 2013 Arkham Origins, and 2015, Arkham Knight. I guess I'll start off. My least favorite, it's kind of controversial. I'm going to go with Asylum.
I'm going to kill you.
I was waiting for that.
Thank you.
Waiting for that.
It's not a bad game. It's just it's really not. It's kind compared to the other games that have that open world aspect to it. It really just I get it's 2009 and it's a very revolutionary game because it is, like Ken said, it is the first true Batman game with a layered story. We get to be the Batman with all the tools he has. We get to interact with the different characters there. But I just feel like it was really holding back. It was just this. It was kind of just story-wise, it was very thin. It was just kind of generic. Like, okay, we gotta save, Jim Gordon. Oh wait, we gotta go to do this. I did appreciate when, like, for example, the Scarecrow level, when you get to see, when he gets exposed, when Batman gets exposed by the fear toxin, he does go through seeing his dead mom, his dead dad, and then Scarecrow, and then you go into this psychological thing. I do appreciate that, and that is probably the best thing to come out of those games.
That part scared the crap out of me.
It did
Yeah.
when it was like
I was like 14. I thought I was like the edgiest. Nothing could scare me. I was 14. I could do what I want. And then Scarecrow comes at me. I'm just like, no, I'm not ready for the real world. No way. No way.
But to add on, I just felt that it was too. There wasn't really enough to explore. That was the thing that I felt was lacking. Because that wasn't my first Batman game, or Batman Arkham game. Mine was City, actually.
That's probably why you think that it wasn't as explored, because you played Arkham City first. For me, I started off in order from Arkham Origins to City, or
I'm gonna kill you. No,
from Arkham Asylum to City to Origins and then to Night.
Right. So you played it from like
beginning to end.
So you clearly did the timeline correctly.
Exactly.
Okay.
You literally grew up with this series.
Exactly. Yes, I did grow up with this series, so I get what you're saying. Because you grew up with Origins or with City first, and I guess I can see why you think that it's not as explored.
Right.
Because from Asylum to City, it's that transition that okay, we want to. How can we make this game better?
Mm-hmm.
From Asylum, how iconic this game is. How can we make it better for our fans, for the audience, for everybody? They're like, okay, let's do it open world. Let's do it more open instead of being in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they moved on. So,
okay. I see how it is.
That's how they improved the game. They went from one specific area, which was a big, island they were on, an asylum, to an entire city. That's how they grew, and that's how they captured that audience, because it just expanded.
Yeah.
From what it was.
When you take care of a cat, you slowly start to open more doors. You keep it on the passageway first. On the next level, open another door. Maybe it has more open world, and then another door, and then another door.
But going off what Ken said with Arkham Origins, because you started with Arkham Origins.
Yes, I started with Arkham Origins because it was the chronological way.
The chronological way.
So going off of that,
yes.
Because you made a point by saying that I started off with not Asylum, but you started off with Origins though.
Yes.
So
I started off with Origins
because technically, City and Origins are similar because you saw that open world.
Yes.
They are very similar in every aspect. I'll give it that.
Except Batman is more swole in Arkham Origins.
Yes, he's more built like a tank. He's more built like the white Terry Crews in this game than anything else.
Just say the white.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But he goes from like I said, both Origins and City have very similar aspects in open world.
Same with Night.
Yeah, they're all three of them are open world. But to me, I don't think of in this case Arkham Asylum as the least game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Arkham Knight, and the reason behind that is
I'm gonna kill you. No.
Copyright. I'm gonna
get
it back.
I didn't patent that. You got off easy.
No. At least they used it once to make it count. All right. So Ken.
So I'm saying. Well, sorry, a little out of order here, but
No, it doesn't matter.
All right. So I'm saying Arkham Knight for the reason being that even though the graphics for this game were phenomenal, they're better than any Arkham game I've seen.
Including remastered?
Including remastered.
Wow, the graphics in that thing was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my.
For Night?
Arkham, Return to Arkham?
Yeah.
That bundle was the biggest load of crap ever.
Because I played Asylum. I beat it the other day. I kind of liked it more than the original, to be honest. Yeah. But I don't want to get off point. Let's talk.
So Arkham Knight to me is my least favorite. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's the one that.
But you think, you're going back to the point. So graphics, you think is great.
Graphics is great. That's one thing I won't deny about this game. The graphics are amazing. They're spot on. The suits that Batman uses in this game they're breathtaking. It's his best suit. He's
donned. Yeah.
He's donned in this new mechanical suit, and the fans fell in love with it. Just seeing him put the suit on, It's all mechanical wiring. Everything was just perfect about this suit. But the one thing I do have to say about this game that that kind of did make me a bit mad about it.
The lack of bat nipples.
All right, George Clooney.
And Val Kilmer.
Oh.
Well, Kilmer was a better Batman than Clooney was.
I know, but the
Yeah.
bat nipples
No.
started with Kilmer, then George Clooney, then finally it stopped.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
that's
Ken,
fair.
what is this one thing that you're talking about that made you mad at this game?
Was it the story? Was it the
The story was good, except that for certain aspects. For example, the thing with Jason Todd, that was a big factor.
spoilers, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
That was a big issue for me because Jason Todd has always been this guy who must be the better Batman.
Right.
He has that motive of being this not vigilante, but this anti-hero, where it's like he's doing good, but he's doing it in his own way.
With guns.
Exactly, with guns.
And edginess.
And his entire thing was like when he did die and he was resurrected in comic books and everything else, he was mad at Batman not for not saving him, but for the Joker still being alive and these villains still being.
Well, no, I think
alive
he
with
did
it.
get mad for not. He goes, "You left me a year in that place. You didn't save me." He did say that.
No, he did, but he was more mad at the fact that Joker was alive and anything else
No, that's true.
than him being alive. In this game, it was more focused on the fact that he didn't save him.
Yeah.
And that's why he became the Red Hood, which got me kind of like ticked off. Here, like, come on, Jason. Like, it went more of a badass vibe to me in comic book and in the shows and movies. To be like, you didn't save me, you replaced me. I'm like,
I mean, if I were replaced by some hickey-looking yuppie guy, I would certainly be very pissed off at the guy who replaced me.
I do admit,
I would be felt tossed aside or something. You know?
I liked the design of the character Arkham Knight.
agreed. The
It
design
was
of him,
really cool.
the design, the voice actor Troy Baker did a phenomenal
Right.
job. The design was great.
That was
But-
Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Troy Baker.
What game is this guy?
Is
What
he
game
not in?
Isn't this guy on?
Lego Star Wars. Like,
Watch him freaking Palpatine.
right, he'll be like,
He'll be Palpatine.
he'll do the grunting noises. Like, dude, that's it. All right. Thanks for the $100,000 check.
You're welcome.
All right.
So Jason Todd was one of the factors, and also in the how they introduced the Batmobile to use it a lot more in this game was pretty cool. But it gets to a point where you kind of overuse it in certain scenarios.
That I do agree with you on. The bat, it felt more like that.
Are we saying the battle mode, or are we going from like destination A to B?
No, it went for like it's
Like when
overused.
it becomes like a tank?
It becomes from destination A to point C, D, E, F. You basically go everywhere with the Batmobile. But the saving grace for that to me is that it's optional. Me personally, I love to fly.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
flying in the Batman game. I love gliding, and thankfully, you don't need. It's not a requirement to go all through Gotham City in that Batmobile. I can appreciate that at least.
But the certain missions that require the Batmobile are just
Oh, they're ridiculous.
they're ridiculous. For one, the Riddler missions using the Batmobile.
I hate those.
Oh my!
I hate those. I
Ah,
never did any of them. They're a waste of time.
I finished every single one of them.
I had to.
In
yeah.
every game,
Yes.
we beat.
you know how much movies and dates and books you have went through to complete those.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it worth it?
Yes.
Why is it worth the Riddler challenge?
Because Batman Arkham videos is the god, and I will watch his videos.
But I'd rather watch the Arkham videos
Then play 'em.
than play them.
That I was saying before that.
To wrap up your point
No,
with
no,
Arkham Knight before I'm gonna kill Andres for wasting
one-
so much time.
For one, the Riddler missions was one of them.
Okay.
Another one I think was a DLC for Scarecrow.
that I didn't play actually.
So okay, let's kind of do. I think DLC should
I think it was-
I don't think DLC should be counted because I feel it's not fair to the game.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
Take the games as they were on their release date.
Right.
Okay.
So your struggle with it is Jason Todd, and what else?
The overuse of the Batmobile.
Overuse of the Batman wheel. Okay.
Some certain characters, like for example, you just undermined the. What? I'm confused.